Hi there everyone, and welcome to Fingers, Fums and Fits. In this episode of Trying to Paint Inside the Lines, I will be painting Private James Frazer from the Dad's Army Homeguard Platoon set by Warlord Games. And as before, just to quickly get the caveats out of the way. I am not used to painting historical minis, nor in 28mm scale, so this is a learning adventure for me. Also, I paint with Citadel paints, but I will provide a Vallejo conversion in the video description. So with that out of the way, let's see if I can keep the paint inside the lines. Now, we'll obviously be focusing on the civilian model here, as we have already painted his uniformed model. It's interesting as well that this model shows off Frazer's past of being in the Navy, rather than his quote current occupation of being the town's undertaker. That would have made for a contrasting model though, I think. Irrespective of that, I still sprayed the model with Chaos Black. I then followed the steps outlined in the Vicar and the Verger video, and brought it up to the stage where I applied the wash. The only difference here is that I applied heavier layers of dry brushing. The reason for that is that we're going to be using a slightly different method from the other minis, in that we'll be using nearly all contrast paints. Or, speed paints if you're a non-Citadel fan. And we start with Basilicanum Gray on the trousers and boots. Followed by Snakebite leather on his jacket. I opted for 2 coats for a darker shade. Skeleton Horde on his chest pouch and arm wrappings. And Wyldwood on his. What is that? Gaff? Bill hook? Anyway, it was applied to the implement he is holding. Before we return to a layer paint for a moment, as I applied Kislev flesh to his skin. Which then got the Agrax Earthshade treatment. Before a relayer of Cadian Fleshtone. And a highlight of Kislev flesh. Now, I was going to paint his shirt, but I thought it actually looked great the way it was. So, following a wash of Basilicanum Gray to his cap, all that was left was to base the model. And now, we can call Private Frazer done. So, what do we think? Did I manage to keep the paint inside the lines? Please let me know in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you again for the next one. Have a great day everyone, and I'll see you later.